Good morning everybody, Lynn here today. Here we are Friday again, Friday filming day. I hope that's in frame. Let's have a check. So, this week, it's been a great week, a busy week, as they always are. But I just wanted to jump on this morning and go through this week's makes, things that I'm involved in for the week, and to show you the new kit from Lavender Blue for the design team project for March. So anyway, first off, this is a junk journal that I've completed this week. This is a new one for the Etsy shop. It's a really nice journal. It's very vintage, very old-fashioned, monotone almost. I bought a really excellent book when I was at the book fest, in the Lifeline Book Fest here in Brisbane a few weeks back. It was a big glossy book, and it was a Sears catalogue, American. I believe it was in Australia. I haven't got the book handy, so I can't verify those facts, but a lot of fashions that were available in New York and Paris and things like that. So I just looked at it and I thought it would make a really lovely journal. It is a fashion themed, but you could also use it for a sewing journal for someone that's interested in sewing. I've left plenty of spaces for journaling, so you could write patterns or measurements, sizes, things like that in it. Or it's just a nice keepsake journal even. So this one is a hardcover. It's a hardcover journal, and it measures just over 7 inches wide by 9.5 inches long, or 23.5 centimetres by 18 centimetres. It's quite a chunky one. Yeah, I've just, the cover, I've collaged some, I had, from my grandma, I had some Australian Home Journal magazines, and they contain, very old, from the 40s, the 50s and the 60s, and they contain lots of pretty patterns and beautiful illustrations of women's fashions. So I've included a lot of those in the journal as well. The cover I've collaged, the background is part of those Home Journal magazines, and I've just done a little collage of some of the fashions from the Sears catalogue magazine. Everyday Fashions of the 20s, that was the name of the book that most of these images come from, so I thought that looked really sweet there. And I just teamed it up with a bit of lace and put some buttons along the spine there. I've just left it fairly plain everywhere else. These images are from the Australian Home Journal magazines. It's a real shame that publishing isn't like this anymore. It's just so pretty, such a beautiful way to explain sewing, I suppose it is, or dresses that can be made. So yeah, I don't believe we have that kind of thing anymore. But yeah, very, very pretty. So a hardcover journal. I've just finished it off with a cream satin ribbon, and we'll just go in and have a bit of a look. Again, forgot to count the pages. I think, no, I won't even guess on that. Anyway, if we get a chance, I'll do that in the end. So I've made this journal like a folio junk journal. So in the front pages, I've created like a folio flip type of thing. So this one here's a pocket, and inside of that is a tag, just a journaling tag. I've just backed it onto buff coloured manila folder, sewn around the edges and distress inked. And just it's a part of a pattern page, so I thought that was really nice for this journal. And then it flips out to another pocket with, again, the same deal, a journal card in there. Then this one here is another flip, and I've just created a single pocket here. Now these images are from the Sears catalogue. Look how beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I have never seen anything like that before, and I just thought it was so pretty. So I've just cut pieces from that catalogue and just created like a journal tag. I've just put a calico pull tab on there. I don't know, I hope you can see that. I hope that's in frame. That's just like the lingerie back in the day. Price $2.29. I mean, really, come on, how gorgeous. But back in those days, I bet $2.29 was a lot of money. So then it flips out again, and this is an image from the Australian Home Journal. Every so often in specific issues they would do a colour cover. That's just beautiful. That so reminds me of my mum and the kind of dresses that she used to wear when she was in her 20s and 30s, I guess. Just beautiful. So I've made that one a long journal, a journal card, a flip out journal card, I suppose, tag you call it, and I've just lined that with some coffee dyed paper. Just excuse me a minute. Dogs are barking and interrupt my video. Then we come along here to this part of the journal. It's a 3-pocket part, 3-pocket page. This is the folio, so 2 pocket. Yeah, I've meant to keep that open, but glue got the better of me. So I've just included a couple of little journal cards there, the shoes, that's so pretty, and hats for the day, bob hats. I mean, oh, so nice, so pretty. So yeah, they just sit in there. And then on this side, I loved this little advertisement for some silk gloves. They're so pretty. So I've just included in that little pocket just a paper tape measure, just to keep along with the sewing theme in the book. So that's the front cover, that's the first folio. Then we'll get into the journal. So I've just kept to the theme. I've cut out advertisements from the Sears catalogue. So there's a corner tuck spot, and I've just made a couple of little paper dolls and put in some more advertising from the magazine. So they just fit nicely in there. It's a monotone type junk journal, this one. Lots of coffee dyed paper. And yeah, the catalogues were all black and white, so when I've inked up the edge, it's given it like a sepia tone. So I've just run the same tone right through the whole journal. Second page, we flip over. I've left a lot of journaling space in this book. Perhaps you can add your own ideas, or so I thought a lot of spaces for people to write patterns or measurements or sewing instructions, or just ideas, illustrations for things that they might want to create themselves. This here is a image from the Australian Home Journal, and I've just put the little tag here, Australian Home Journal, February 1st, 1956. So I thought she was really lovely. Blank page, and this is a page here from the catalogue. I've kept it in full, so it just flips out like so. Just a little journaling spot here, 1930 to 1931 fashions there. This is from the Sears catalogue, so I thought that was really sweet. And just another little image of a lady. I thought, isn't she cute? She's really, really pretty. So that's that one. Some more journaling space. I've just added in some clippings from the magazines, from Ephemera, and I've just attached that there with a Tim Holtz not safety pin, a paper clip. A bag that you can put something in. A bit of pattern paper, and this lady, isn't she lovely? She's Smart Coats, $11.98, wool, all wool, and I just put a little bit of black floral trim down the centre of the back of her coat. I've just stress inked all the images, and I've machine sewn some of the pages. Another image from the Australian Home Journal. This one here, I've just added a little bit of accent to the page. I've got a cameo. And this here is a fabric, there's a ruffle, pardon me, made out of the patterns. When in these magazines, Australian Home Journals, they would include patterns. So I love this material. It's soft, and it's just it's like tissue paper, I guess. So that there, and just a little bit of a cutout lace border. So I put that one on there. This here is a full page from the Australian Home Journal magazine, and there's your colour image. Isn't that lovely? Grafton cottons and graphene. So that's advertising cottons, but look how pretty that is. Really, really lovely. Some blank paper. This one here is again part of the catalogue, the Sears catalogue. I've just cut out a pair of gloves and teamed it up with a little bit of lace, put it on top of this full page pocket, and then I've just included a couple of tags, one from the Australian Home Journal and this one's from the Sears catalogue. And I've backed that one onto some coffee dye, and this one I've just left plain, but I've machine stitched around them and distressed all the ink edges on those. They just slip up in there. A fabric flip. I love this image of the hosiery, the stockings. Silk. It says silk all the way, the finest gauge, and a peacoat top. I thought they were gorgeous, so I've just made a little bit of fabric flip, a little bit of tapestry, some lace, and I've just pinned it all together there with a very old safety pin. So it's quite tarnished. So there's your fabric flip in this book, some more blank spaces. Another page from the Sears catalogue. Really lovely illustrations, beautiful stuff. Just some labels that I've made up. I went on to the public domain images and found, and just keyed in labels and found a whole lot of little things like this type of thing. So I've just resized them and printed them out, and I just love them. They just, to me, they just add something extra. You can put a date there if you had a particular something here that you were journaling. It just brings a bit of colour. Very pretty. This one here is a 3-pocket page insert that I've just created with the catalogue again. I've just put a little bit of a fabric ruffle along this one. I've included in this little pocket, I've got a little tuck pocket here. So I've just included a couple of pictures of some hats, little ephemera that you can add to the journal itself or use for other projects. So they just slip in there. Then in this pocket here, I've just included a pair of shoes, boots they are, and her, and yeah, that she's a girl's smock is this one. And again, just back them and coffee dyed around, and they just slip in there. And then up the top here, I've just put in a bit of ephemera, some pages from the Australian Home Journal that I thought were really interesting. So they just live in the top there. And come over to this page. I mean, these illustrations of these shoes, they really got me. I don't know why. I just think they're so gorgeous. So this is the newest Russian boot garter. So somehow the garter, or it's a boot with a garter. So I just teamed that. It's a pocket. I just teamed it with some black lace. Put the image on there, and I've just included again little snippets and things from coffee dyed paper, and snippets from the magazine, and snippets from this catalogue. So they just live in there. Again, I've just left a lot of journaling space in this one. I love this paper. It's like a handmade paper, but it just stains up so beautifully, and it's good quality heavy duty paper. Yeah, I've just folded that down for a bit of interest. Another illustration from the Sears catalogue. I've just done a little bit of machine stitching just to give it some texture. Blank. Now this is my centre page. So this is again a coloured images from the Australian Home Journal. So yeah, I just thought that was so sweet. And look, they're advertising on this page, Veet, smooth away underarm hair in just 3 minutes. And that's some knitting, I imagine. I don't believe it's crochet. I think it's knitting pattern. Some more of the beautiful illustrations from the Australian Home Journal book. And then on the back of this one, I've just done a collage. Singer sewing machines. My mum was a Singer sewing machine girl. She was a machinist in her younger years. Actually worked in a factory where she used to make men's trousers. So she knew all about Singer sewing machines. And just some more images from the Australian Home Journal. Flipped over onto this one. Again, I've just created a pocket with some purple lace this time. I've put in a little image from the Sears catalogue, and I've just grabbed some more interesting pages from both the Sears catalogue and the Australian Home Journal magazine. So just pop that in there. Just a little bit of a fabric lace cluster there on that one. Graph paper, music paper with a fabric ruffle and buttons. Another label from the public domain. And just another image from the Sears catalogue. Superb coats, $23.50. And I've just again added some machine stitching in there just to give it some texture and some interest. Pardon me. Another image from the Australian Home Journal. Another page from the Sears catalogue. Coffee dye. I altered a paper bag. I did 3 pocket paper bags. So you've got your top pocket, middle pocket, and your lower pocket. And I'm just sewing onto them some images from the book of 3 different ladies. I just love them. It's so pretty. And I've just included in these pockets just some ephemera. I made a paper doll, raincoats, so I just thought, well, they can live up the top there. And they look really cute peeking out of the top. This here was a piece of ephemera from a Tim Holtz collection that I have. So I thought that looked really cute just in there. Again, another illustration of boots. They can live in that one. And then again, another advertisement for the silk stockings. I just think they're gorgeous. So that's that page. Coffee dye. This is a side tuck. I've backed it onto a pattern page from the Australian Home Journal. This is from the Sears catalogue. Skirt styles you will admire. Ooh, I don't know if I admire them nowadays, but maybe back in the day they would have been very popular. I've just included some coffee dyed paper and a couple of journal cards there. Lightning coloured zippers. Really, really cute. So they just live in there. Yeah, just plain paper. This is just another little ephemera piece from the Tim Holtz, and I've again just teamed that up with a pattern paper ruffle on there. Some graph paper, which has actually got measurements on there, so I thought that was fitting for a sewing journal. At the other side of the paper bag, you could slip a tag in there, or you could put a little bit of, you know, like a stack of needles in there, or some a little cotton swatch in there. Over to this one, the belly band. Yeah, I created a belly band, lined it with some lace, put an image of the lady there, and just a little wax seal heart. And I've just again included some bits and pieces of ephemera, pages from the Australian Home Journal, and they just tuck in there. That coffee dye, another page from the Sears catalogue. Double page, and this is the glow mesh bags. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous. Vanity cases, mesh bags. The very latest. How nice. Graph paper, and again another little side pocket tuck. This is advertising for this the stockings again, and again I just put the lace trim, the black flower trim, and again just included a couple of little bits and pieces of paper doll and another ephemera card, junk journal, journaling card, sorry. And I just put some more of that pattern paper up the top there. Okay, oh, you don't want to go in there, little lady. There you go. So that's the end of the journal, and then we come again to the folio again, which is exactly a mirror image of the first one. So again, you've got your pocket with your journal card in there, the lid's in there. Turn the page or flip the page, and again we've got the same thing. More beautiful illustrations from the Sears catalogue, and this is from the Australian Home Journal. It's a pattern page explaining how to cut your pattern. A one pocket flip here with just your journal card inside there, like that. Another coloured image from the Australian Home Journal book, which again I've just made into the very large tag, flip tag. And again you've got your 2 pocket page. This one's advertising handbags, and I've just put in a couple more pieces of of journaling cards, ephemera. You can dress them up, you can add some lace, you can stick them down, make them corner pockets, you can do all sorts of things with those. I'll just put those in there. And then at the back here we've got a large journal card, and that's a coffee dyed grid paper sewn around and distress inked. So that is the latest journal that I've been working on. This one will go up for sale in the Etsy shop sometime later today. It's a very, very pretty journal. Like I said, very monotone, but very, very antique and vintage looking. So wonderful for anyone that's a sewer, or, you know, yeah, comes from that era maybe. And then, like I said, I've just teamed that up with some satin ribbon, and it's just a tie around like so. and then just folds in under there. So that's the journal that I've been working on this week. Now I just wanted to show just a couple of other things. Nat Williams over at Paper Possibilities is running a challenge for the month. Every month she does an embellishment challenge, and this month it was our Frankin tags. So I just produced a little Frankin tag to the criteria for the challenge was lace, old greeting cards and scrap cardboard. So I've just used some scrap cardboard to make the tag. I've teamed it up with some lace, and this is an image from a greeting card that I found at my grandmother's. So it was something that actually my mum and dad had given her for a Mother's Day, so isn't that sweet? And I've just sort of colour coordinated to sort of match in with the rose. Yeah, and Frankin tags, well, Frankin tags are almost like a collage tag, but you just machine sew around them. So that's machine sewed and distress inked and just backed onto some coffee dyes. So that was my entry into Nat's challenge for the month. And I also have, it's time to again start on our design team projects for Lavender Blue. So I have printed out my kit. This isn't the entire kit because I've already started my journal. But yeah, this is a really lovely kit. It's the Botanical Florals kit. It's a big one, this one. It comes with 6 double pages. So this is an A4, a full A4 sheet. That you get 12, I think, of these in the kit. And they're just beautiful. The images are lovely. They do remind me a lot of like an Edith Holden type situation. So I love Edith Holden, and Fiona has done a beautiful job with this kit. So I just wanted to do a quick run through of some of the pages that you get in the kit. They've all got their name, their I don't know, is it scientific name? I don't know if that's a word, botanist name, and the dates they were discovered, I imagine, or studied, the signature of the person studying them, and then it's got like 176 of 7. So they're really nice, and there's all sorts of different florals and leaves and yeah, just a really lovely selection in this kit. So you get your double pages. I'll just pull one out to show you. You get 6 double pages like this, where you can fold them in half as your journal page. And then you get, I think it's 12 images in the A4 size of everything that you get in the double fold, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. So you get this image in this size, and then you also get it as a single page in an A4 size. So really, really nice. Really lovely. So I'm really excited to get in and get started on this journal. Look at that, fuchsias. How beautiful is that? And the colours are gorgeous. The colours are really bright and vibrant. So, and I just printed them just on ordinary copy paper. So I should have coffee stained my paper first, so I need to go ahead and do some coffee staining on this kit first before I put it together. But yeah, it's really, really pretty. Very nice. So this is my design team project for Lavender Blue for March, and it is the Botanicals kit, and I will link this kit below this video so that you know where to go to find it. So yeah, that's the kit for this month. And yeah, that's about me. So it's been a great week again, nice and productive. Gotten my journal finished, starting to get a lot quicker with journals now, so that's great. Did the Frankin tag for Nat's challenge, and my Lavender Blue design team project is on the way. Well, it's a little bit overcast here today in Brizzy, which is wonderful because it's keeping the heat down, so I'm not complaining, and I hope we get a bit of rain out of this. So again, today is Friday, filming day, crafting day, wonderful. I have the whole house to myself for probably about 4 to 5 hours, so that is wonderful. I'm going to get in and get a start on my botanical journal for Lavender Blue. I hope everyone has a wonderful crafty day today. If you're in Brizzy, just enjoy this overcast weather because, as you know, it's been so hot. Anyway, that's about me for today. I will get going, and I will see you all again soon.
Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.